What are the ethical considerations of euthanasia in wildlife rehabilitation? Imagine caring for a wild animal that has been hurt or sick. You want to help, but sometimes the best choice involves making a very tough decision. That decision is often euthanasia. In wildlife rehabilitation, euthanasia is a sensitive topic filled with important ethical questions. It's not just about ending suffering. It's about respecting the animal's natural rights and well-being. When is it right to say goodbye? That's what many wildlife rehabilitators and conservationists think about every day. Wild animals have an inherent right to live free in their natural environment. When they are injured or ill, the goal is usually to heal and releases them back into the wild. But if an animal's injuries are so severe that it cannot survive or function properly in nature, keeping it alive might cause more suffering than relief. In these cases, humane euthanasia becomes a responsible choice to prevent prolonged pain. The main concern is that euthanasia must be quick, painless, and humane. It is considered ethical when an animal's injuries or health issues make recovery impossible, and when continued care would only cause suffering. For example, if an animal has a broken spine or severe head trauma that cannot be fixed, euthanasia might be the kindest option. Deciding whether an animal can be released back into the wild depends on careful assessment. If an animal has a disability that prevents it from finding food or avoiding predators, it might not be able to survive outside captivity. In such cases, euthanasia can prevent the animal from suffering or harming the ecosystem. Wildlife rehabilitators follow strict guidelines from veterinary associations and wildlife organizations. These rules help ensure that euthanasia is performed humanely and ethically. They also follow local laws that protect animals and promote responsible care. Sometimes, rehabilitators keep animals that cannot be released for educational reasons. But this raises ethical questions about whether the animal's quality of life is being respected. Each case needs careful thought about the animal's dignity and well-being. Education and training also play a big role. Rehabilitators with knowledge about species-specific needs and pain management are better equipped to make compassionate decisions. They understand that each situation is different and must be handled with sensitivity. Finally, ethical choices consider the impact on the environment. Releasing an animal that cannot survive well or has altered biological traits can harm local ecosystems. Rehabilitators must weigh the animal's welfare against the health of the broader habitat. In wildlife and conservation careers, making these decisions requires compassion, knowledge, and strict adherence to ethical standards. Working closely with veterinarians and following established protocols helps ensure that every choice respects the animal's natural rights and minimizes suffering. Ongoing education and community involvement support responsible and ethical wildlife rehabilitation practices.